Ready Check Radio.
Stand by as we get ready to serve up all your news this week in the world of gaming. Welcome to Gaming Gumbo. Hello, Internet. It's Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That means it is time for Gaming Gumbo, Ready Check Radio's weekly gaming wrap-up show. I'm your host, as always, Mike Byrne, and this is episode 36. We got chat live with us, twitch.tv/Ready Check Radio. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, head on over to the website you see on your screen below, or I'll tell it to you in case you're just listening on Spotify. It's readycheckradio.com, RAIDEO. But if you spell it RADIO, you'll get there too, because we're smart and we bought all the URLs. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll have all the socials: Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of it. Follow, turn on the notifications, subscribe, tell your friends. If you like what we do here and you want to see more of it, and we hope you do, that's the easiest and quickest way you can support us. And, of course, check out the exclusive YouTube content, the little micro bite-sized bits of some of these shows, some other stuff, and some Final Fantasy trading card game content, and soon to be some more close-up Magic stuff, too. I'm sick of getting asked to do it on stream, so now we're just going to start doing it on stream. Joining me to go over a lot of gaming news, including a shit ton of rumors. You know he loves rumors, Mr. Jason Winter. How are you on this Saturday evening?
So, I finally had my Chicago-style pizza yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I saw you tweet about, like, pining for the 1980s versions of Pizza Hut pan pizzas.
Yeah. So
the ones we all got, the ones we all got for free from Book It. Remember Book It?
Oh my God!
The reading things.
You remember Book It? That was before. That was after my time.
Oh, was it really? Yeah, I remember Book It.
But no. We actually ordered a pizzeria from Pizzeria Uno's yesterday, and it was okay. Like it definitely wasn't. It wasn't Giordano's. Giordano's is the ultimate. That's a place in Chicago.
Hey, are they like paying for these ads? I haven't checked the checkbook lately. Are they paying for these ads?
What else do I like?
Yeah, what else do you like? Did you want to plug?
I had a Dr. Pepper the other day.
Well, that's good. Apparently, that's hard to find. Actually, I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan, but like,
why is it hard to find?
I don't know. That is one that, like, we went to a restaurant the other day, and they were like, yeah, we can't get Dr. Pepper in right now. One of my kids ordered it. It's like one of the, like, I go to Sheetz, and there's, like, coolers that are empty from certain drinks, and I guess Dr. Pepper is one of those, and it's like...
Did all the wild Canvi you drink?
I guess. Yeah, all the wild Canvi from Fallout 76's Canvi shortage.
Yeah.
Also on the line, resident artist of Ready Check Radio, Yod. What's up?
What's up? I got the tooth fixed, and I do enjoy Chicago-style pizza as well, and remember the old Pizza Hut stuff. Although the old Pizza Hut pan pizza wasn't really Chicago-style because it was just,
No, this is the Priazzo. That was a thing from the 80s.
Priazzo. Okay.
So
Yes.
I just
Okay.
noticed the way you have your camera today. It looks like Val is getting ready to shoot Baby Yoda.
Is she?
Yeah, when it comes up on your side because you're a little delayed, take a look at it.
Yeah, I gotta see that. Yeah.
She's like, stand still, buddy.
Nice.
You're done.
Well,
You're done.
That or like, was it a stitch in the pop container behind you?
It is. Yeah, those are two stitches my brother got.
Okay, yeah.
Val's holding everybody.
So
and then,
are we doing promos now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, what do you like that you want to plug?
I got this nice cup from Nukes that I drink water on.
And then we got this shot where it looks like Val's getting ready to shoot Jason in the chin.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Stop calling Chicago-style pizza. It's a trigger. Okay, but that's what it's called.
Pizza? What's
We can talk about cardboard. I mean, New York style.
That's what it's called. You got thin crust.
Wow.
You got
shots fired.
You got New York style, and you got Chicago deep dish. That's what it is. Sorry. It's not
yes,
pizza.
Giordano.
It's absolutely
Oh my God.
pizza. You're out of your damn. Now you're just talking foolishness in our chat. Now Tarkoth, host of Relic Grind, which obviously we will have a ton to talk about on Thursday. The live letter last night was tremendous. Summoners are summoners. That's cool. We'll talk about that on Thursday with Tarkoth and with Kronos.
Yeah,
But
relearn the class now.
happy Batman Day, gentlemen.
Yes.
It
Oh,
is
yeah.
Batman Day. None of us brought a
is.
mask. I actually meant to ask my kids for one of their Batman masks, but I was building the whole setup over here that I said I was going to build this weekend. It's done. I tweeted it out. We'll be streaming from it probably next week. So stay tuned. But happy Batman Day. Lots of stuff going on in video games. We covered it on MMOBomb.com. DCUO has a ton of stuff if you play DC Universe Online going on with freebies and different events in there. And then obviously go check out DC's primary site. They are doing a ton of stuff, and if you are into DC Comics in general, but Batman specifically, there are a lot of discounts and things going on right there for you.
Is this
Batman
another ad?
fans. This is not. This is not. I'm just helping brothers and sisters that like Batman score some free stuff. In the world of gaming, though, gentlemen, Deathloop is upon us. It is finally out. We will no longer see it as trailers at every damn event Sony has ever been at since 2000, which I'm very glad of, and I said on this show. Now, I've had a chance. I haven't purchased it yet. I have had a chance to watch some of my favorite streamers play it. I've watched a few different reviews out there. One of my favorites, obviously, ACG Carrick, K-A-R-A-K on YouTube, does a tremendous job. Does reviews that aren't full of sponsored bull or 2 minutes long or full of sponsored bullshit. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out. Highly recommend it. Have you guys watched it? Have you gotten a feel for whether it's something you're going to like or not? Jason, I know you were kind of with me. Like, this could be interesting. Where are you now that maybe you've seen some stuff, read some reviews, etc.?
I've actually been mostly avoiding it because I'm still in that sort of I might want to play this and don't want to get all the story of it sort of deal. But even just watching the trailers and stuff, what I thought about was, again, from another Arcane product, Dishonored.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it feels like to me. And I remember being really hyped for Dishonored, and then I finally got it, and I was like, this doesn't work for me somehow. So I got that same vibe, and I'm sort of really on the fence as to whether I might ever want to get this.
Well, I would say it is safe to watch ACG Carrick's review if you want to check that out. He is very careful to blur text and voice acting and stuff like that so that there are no spoilers for exactly that reason. So if you want a little review about it without having to worry about it, seeing something accidentally, go ahead and check his out. But yeah, he makes the and many made the comparison to Dishonored, made the comparisons to Prey because it does borrow some of that from Arcane, and he even threw in a little bit of No One Lives Forever, which was a nice little throwback, I thought. Yad, what are you thinking now that you've seen some more of it?
It is definitely interesting. I'm still kind of wondering because I didn't really see how the whole other player is playing someone else works, because that's still a thing, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the main antagonist that if you're just playing as one player shows up periodically to, create havoc and fight you, that person can be controlled by another player. So they could just drop in and take that role for those little fight sequences and things like that. So I think it's kind of like, I haven't done it, but I think it's kind of like you queue up to do it, and
it has to be that way.
And they grab you somebody that's at that section of the story, and here you go. I don't know. We'll have to check it out.
It's kind of weird, and like you guys said, I don't want to spoil too much for myself, so I tried to keep it down to a minimum of what I'm seeing, and that part still makes me wonder how it works. Because I've been trying not to see things.
Right. So I'm kind of at this spot now where I'm going to wait. Obviously, you can get it on PlayStation and you can get it on PC. It's a console exclusive to the PlayStation for a little while, but you go buy it on Steam if you want to play it on the PC. There are some tech issues with it. It's not a Bethesda level thing, but there are some tech issues here and there on both platforms. And honestly, like it looks interesting to me, but it apparently it's pretty short.
Really?
Yeah. Some people were
talking about repeating a loop in time. You think it would go longer,
right?
You think?
Some people were kind of clocking in and chat. Let me know if you've felt the same. If you have played it, some people were kind of clocking it in about 10 to 14 hours ish in that window, and then they were done. Nobody had like horrible things to say about it. And in fact, some reviews were super, super glowing, but I think the bulk of the reviews kind of come in that it's not bad, but you probably want to wait for a sale. Like, you definitely want to buy it and play it, but I don't know if you'd feel great paying $60 for it, Jason.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'd be at too. But
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Chat, let me know. If you've played it, let us know. If you're watching on YouTube, put on the comments. We got the comments section on Ready Check Raideo, too. I don't think anybody's ever commented on anything there, though.
I don't think they have.
Who wants to be first? Go be first.
oh my god,
Right?
Mounted.
Mounted. No, God, no. We already do that on MMO Bomb. No, we're not doing that on Ready Check. All right, we've got some rumors, gents.
A little bit.
Now, Jason
Little bit.
normally hates rumors, and like, I really have to twist his arm to get him to cover specific ones on MMO Bomb. I have to like make a case for, hey, I think this is a little more than a rumor. I think this is probably, true, and here's why. But these are not rumors. You don't understand how IGN and GameSpot gave it 10 out of 10. I definitely trust ACG and Worth a Buy reviews. I do too, Metallica. And ACG was like, yeah, wait for a sale. Wait for a sale. The first one we're going to talk about is not new. And so I think it's interesting to see it back in the limelight. And I'm echoing in one of your Discord things again. And that is that Microsoft is apparently on the prowl. On the prowl for another acquisition along the lines of a Bethesda level acquisition, which was what, $7.5 million, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
What was
billion.
it? Billion, yeah,
Billion?
$7.5 billion. Yeah.
It was one Bethesda.
It was one Bethesda. Yeah, that's right. Because we've measured everything in the numbers of Bethesdas from now on, which means Splitgate, they got like 16 Bethesdas. No, that was millions, 100 million. It's like what 1/8 of a Bethesda. So something like that. Anyway,
It hurts.
yeah. So Microsoft is apparently trying their hand at another acquisition. Now, this actually was something we talked about on the show a while ago. When they bought Bethesda, there was a rumor that they wanted to acquire somebody else and that they were specifically looking at the Japanese market, which we thought all three of us kind of thought that makes sense, right? Xbox is the weakest in Japan as far as console sales by region. Why not see if you can grab a Japanese company and kind of use that to leverage yourself into the market a little more? Now, this resurfaces from a number of places. Skullsy, a news YouTuber, news personality that does do like crazy rumors and stuff, had this to say. Claims he heard rumors about a crazy Microsoft acquisition that will have internet lawyers debating monopoly laws. Okay, can we talk about that sentence first? Because unless they're buying Sony or Nintendo, I don't think monopoly laws are even part of the discussion of an acquisition in the gaming world. And even then, you'd have to really buy both of them.
Well, it also depends on if the other companies are buying a whole bunch of companies as well. And if the three of them are the only three companies left and they won't let anybody else in. But that's probably not going to happen.
Well, but you also have to prove collusion between the three companies, though, to
right.
to do so, which, good luck.
Right, that
Anyway,
becomes a lot
here's the
harder.
quote. I'm hearing some crazy rumors regarding another huge potential Microsoft acquisition. I don't want to say any specifics, as I don't even know if all of this is true yet, but damn, I predict a lot of internet lawyers debating monopoly laws at some point in the near future. There's probably going to be some fake leaks and clickbait based off these fake leaks regarding the potential new Microsoft acquisition. Don't believe anything unless it's from an official source regarding this specific topic. Hard to tell what is true at the moment from the outside looking in. Anyway, grain of salt and all of that. Enjoy. Now, there are some
Don't believe
other...
anything if it's not from an official source. The unofficial source.
And I am not an official source, right? And there are, others that have this. Now, this is not like evidence that they're definitely doing it. But who's in play here? Do we still agree that it's the same people that we talked about back then? I thought Square Enix was a no-go. I thought that would be a little too pricey. Although, if you think back, there were rumors that Square Enix was talking to companies about potentially being bought. And when those rumors broke, Square Enix immediately came out and said, though there is no truth to those at all, but it is interesting that here we are. My primary bet was Sega. I thought Sega was an easy grab if they really wanted to go in there. But we're also seeing not Japanese companies like Take-Two, parent company for Rockstar Games. That's huge. Right. That's huge as well. Konami, maybe? I don't think Konami is a huge grab in gaming anymore, though, Jason. So
no.
if there's any credence to these rumors, where are you looking for the grab to be?
First of all, I'm going to put in chat. I'm going to put a link to our source.
Right.
Oh. That is Skullsy. That's the man I go to for all my gaming news, definitely. We should be starting rumors. We're gaming news YouTubers as well, so we should just start rumors. So yeah. Here's something weird I just thought about over the last week or so. What's a company that recently dumped its CEO and because they wanted to move in a different direction and they have bad stock prices?
Paradox Interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, as much as we talk about them, just all the grand strategy stuff that I like, they also control City Skylines, of course, Vampire Masquerade 2, and so on and so forth. Now, I don't think that's necessarily monopoly-ish.
Yeah. And I don't think, when I look at Konami, I don't see a Konami, a price tag anywhere near the Bethesda price tag when I look at Konami anymore.
Not anymore.
You could probably convince Konami to sell you the IPs you're interested in rather than acquire the entire company at this point.
Right. Well, that is the problem with dealing with Japanese companies, because they would rather sell you the IPs than the company.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times you're still, with Japanese companies, you're still dealing with old school Japanese mentality of how to run businesses and stuff like that. And the American mentality or the European mentality of how to run businesses is not on the same level. And they like their company loyalty, even if they're not doing so well. So they would rather sell you their IPs and make new ones than anything else.
Konami is just all about mobile and pachinko machines pretty much these days anyway. Right. So
so's EA, just in form of video games.
Right.
No, EA's about parting off every single bit of the game for you.
No, they're surprise mechanics.
Yeah, those are surprise mechanics. The people that show up and fix your car at 2 a.m. without even telling you. That's a surprise mechanic. A different mechanic. Although, I think the more you think about this, though, Jason, if your goal was, 1, to get into Japan a little better, but 2, also stick it to Sony, Square Enix does make a lot of sense, right? I mean, they're looking forward to being and they've already been very coy about Bethesda titles coming out on other platforms in the future. Lately, most titles from Square Enix have been in the key marquee titles like Final Fantasy VII Remake, stuff like that, have been exclusive to Sony for a year and a half, whatever.
At least.
That would, if you really wanted to stick it to Sony and get in the Japanese market, Square Enix does make a lot of sense. I just don't think they're willing to sell right now.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think they're too strong in a position. They wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, 14's really doing some good stuff. Really doing some good stuff. I think I'm going to still stick with Sega. I see chat talking about From Software and Bandai Namco.
I don't think Bandai Namco is going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's big enough. I don't think it's big enough. I don't think it's big enough for Microsoft to be interested in.
Well, not in a video game market, but you got to remember it's tied to Bandai still.
True, yeah.
And with Bandai comes all the Gundam merchandise.
I still think the play is Sega. Well, you end up picking up Atlas stuff if you buy Sega, Tark.
Right. The play might be Sega, although I don't know if I don't know. I think their leadership is still, deeply into the whole Japanese mentality of the company is the company. We don't like being bought out by an American company.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's that whole angle of it, too. And that's why I think it's interesting that, Take-Two gets thrown in here. That would be a Bethesda-level acquisition, though, Jason, if you grab Take-Two. That's a multi-billion-dollar acquisition right there just for GTA alone Forget about
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Dead Redemption and any other projects they have going on.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm going to stick with Sega. I think Sega makes a lot of sense. But I also don't see like if you're Microsoft, do you really want Sega? Like, yeah, they're a
think they want
Japanese
them.
company. They might help you get into the Japanese market a little bit, but do you really want Sonic right now? I mean, Phantasy
he's got the
Star
movies coming
Online.
out.
Phantasy Star Online is doing well, but I can't imagine it's doing well enough for you. Like, yeah, I want to buy that company for that IP. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. They are planning to buy back a lot of their own stock, though. So we are seeing, Jason, a lot of consolidation here in Microsoft. Not only picking up companies and getting bigger, but also reacquiring their own shares. They're looking to buy back up to $60 billion worth of shares in a stock buyback program. They're going to be paying 62 cents per share. That's 6 cents. I'm sorry, the dividend is 62 cents per share, not the cost per share. 6 cents over the previous quarter. So they are upvaluing it a little bit for this buyback, which is pretty standard when you're looking to entice people to sell them the stock back to you. But that's a pretty big grab, Jason. That's a lot of cash on hand that you want to get rid of.
That's like 8 Bethesdas, yeah.
Nice.
So, but
Yeah.
does that make the rumor a little less likely to you? If they're going to
That
invest
they won't have that
60
money available.
Yeah, if they're going to invest up to 60 billion potentially to acquire some of their own shares back.
I think looking at Skullsy's picture made the rumors less likely to me.
Oh, for God's sakes! Everybody's taking a bad picture or a silly picture every once in a while, just
Yeah,
just
okay.
because you've picked the goofiest one to represent
That's
them.
his Twitter profile. That's the first thing I saw of him. That's his Twitter profile.
So many
That's what he presents
Bethesdas.
to the world. That's our news source. Imagine if Dan Rather looked like that.
So many Bethesdas. So many Bethesdas. On the other side of rumors, Yad, we did have an NVIDIA leak. We talked a little bit about this on the Relic Grind, but we kind of stuck to some Square Enix titles that were represented there. So if you want to hear about Final Fantasy Tactics remake, Final Fantasy IX remake, stuff like that, watch the last Relic Grind that we posted just a couple days ago on Thursday. But that list was actually pretty huge.
Oh, it was massive.
Yeah,
It was too huge.
Yeah.
Like it's too huge to be believable. These are all things in development, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you had
Right.
huge marquee titles. Like, you had Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty HD, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater HD, a bunch of new and, unnamed stuff in there, a Resident Evil 4 remake, Tekken 8, Tropico Next, a bunch of titles, as I mentioned, from Square Enix. We had Goat Simulator 2. That's the biggie. That's the biggie for the
That's the one you want. High definition Goat Simulator.
But there were also names on here that we know that they're just like Fable 4, right? That is absolutely going to be a thing. Now, I don't know if it'll be called Fable 4. I think they might just stick to Fable again, but Dragon Age 4. Like, there are things that are legit on here that we know are projects in this data breach. But then you have Chrono Cross Remaster, right? Batman City Builder, Bayonetta 3, BioShock 2022. God of War, we know that that's a thing now. We've seen that. No Grand Theft Auto 6. But remasters of 3 Vice City, San Andreas, and Liberty City stories. Halo 5 Guardians. It was a Monster Hunter 6 Myst remaster, which we know is a thing. So
The Daybreak Marvel game.
Yeah, it's such a
You also
weird
have
mix.
you also have the unnamed stuff. Like they're all the way at the bottom. There's unnamed project, unnamed RPG, unnamed FPS.
Oh, guys, my favorite that I'm looking forward to is Unannounced Card Game 2.
Yes.
Unannounced
That is
card
going to be
game,
so much
too.
better than Unannounced Card Game 1. It's going to blow it away.
So NVIDIA really did need to say something, right? And so after a day or two, they did come out and say NVIDIA is aware of an unauthorized published game list with both released and or speculative titles used only for internal tracking and testing. Inclusion on the list is neither confirmation nor an announcement of any game. NVIDIA took immediate action to remove access to the list. No confidential game builds or personal information was exposed. And obviously, good on them for including that last part because it was a data breach. But Jason, I design and work with databases, right, and software. I do put tests and placeholders and fake names and things in there for when I'm doing it. But I don't put in names. Jason Winter, if Jason Winter is an employee at my company. I put in Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Minnie
So
Mouse,
Kingdom Hearts.
Daisy Duck. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. It's very weird to be. Maybe you put in Dragon Age 4. We know it's a thing, and it's going to be a thing. We don't know anything about it, but okay, yeah, let's put it in there as test data for this stuff. Who's putting Chrono Cross Remastered in as a dummy placeholder? Who's putting in Halo 5 Guardians, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD? Maybe you put Metal Gear Solid 3 in there. These aren't exactly the things you put in for internal testing. Some of these have to be legit.
I mean, if you're half-assing it, you just put game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if it's truly just an internal test, real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
But they say for internal tracking and testing. What the fuck are you tracking with Chrono Cross Remastered?
Yeah, if they don't exist or won't exist, what are you tracking?
Halo actually came out and said something. They're like one of the few companies that came out and said something.
Yeah, well.
And this was on Twitter. The director of 343, Brian Gerard, said, maybe this was for H5 Forged, Halo 5 Forged, but I can confirm there are no plans to bring Halo 5 to PC. We know there's some demand for it, but as we've stated before, not in the cards as the studio is fully focused on Infinite and MCC. We'll never say never, but nothing underway currently. And I guess grain of salt that, Jason, because, if Microsoft wants to, they're going to. And maybe 343 just doesn't know about it yet. But that isn't like hey, I can't comment on this. This is, I'm telling you, there is nothing currently underway, and there are no plans that I'm aware of right now.
Right.
Sure, next year Microsoft could say, hey, 343, do it. But that is not the case right now. So I don't know where I fall on this.
I fall on a lot of these are things that are probably going to happen at some point, but who knows when. Like there's probably going to be a Kingdom Hearts 4 at some point, but at the rate Nomura works, it's not going to be till 2035 or something. There's going to be a Payday 3, I'm sure, at some point. And it just mentions, this says Total War 9 is one of them. Well, there's going to be another Total War game at some point, sure. So I put most of this as just something someone just threw together, either as a personal wish list for some of it, just because, hey, I'd love to see a remastered Chrono Cross or whatever, or just stuff.
I certainly would. I 100% would.
Chrono Cross was Trigger, sure, but Chrono Cross.
No. You don't remake Chrono Trigger. No.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, you don't. There's just too great an opportunity for you to just screw that one up.
That doesn't stop anybody.
You can't touch a classic to that level.
That
7 Remake
never
turned out
stops
okay.
anybody from remaking stuff.
7 Remake turned out okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not here nor there. One out of many.
I don't know. Jason, I totally agree with everything you just said, but I don't come to the same conclusion. Yes, we all know there's going to be an X4 and a Dragon Age 4 and a Fable 4 but it's just like some of these are so bizarre. Why do you need placeholders for every single Metal Gear in an HD remake
specific.
if you're just making a fake list to test some stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's only 2 Metal Gears listed there.
There's 3.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's
I
3.
see 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's hold on. Now I closed that damn thing.
You got to look.
Yeah, now I got to look. Grand Theft Auto is the one I meant a bunch of, not Metal Gear. Yeah, Metal Gear there's 2. Grand Theft Auto there's 4. A 3 remastered, a Vice City remastered, a San Andreas remastered, and a Liberty City Stories remastered.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's GTA. I said Metal. You said Metal.
I know. I just said.
Okay. I couldn't hear you because you're robotic because Twitch was screwing us up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are roboting a little bit. I thought it was just me.
No, it's Discord. Discord being a bee.
Yep, the usual.
Yod,
See, I told you I shouldn't have said
Yod, where do you land? Where do you land on this? How real are these, or just is it NVIDIA tracking and testing?
Who?
You, Yod.
We can't. We can barely hear you, but okay.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
All right, now you're back.
Yeah, where do you land? Where do you land on this?
I think it's an actual list. I mean, it may not be anything that's tomorrow, obviously, but I think it might be an actual list because there's so. And if it was just a list of games, the name of the games there, and none of the untitled or unannounced or whatever stuff at the bottom, yeah, it could have been fake.
That's a good
But
point,
why
too.
would you have both? Why
Yeah,
would you have both?
that's
the
a
thing.
really good point, Jason.
Yeah.
Counterpoint? I don't know. I don't got one.
I don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one either.
Yeah, you have one or the other. You don't have both.
Yep.
So the fact that both of them are there, to me, means it kind of slides more over to this is stuff that somebody has talked to and said you need to put this on a database.
Yeah.
Because it will eventually happen.
Definitely one we will watch. Speaking of things being uncovered, though, a retailer in Germany seems to have uncovered new and sealed Super Nintendo Entertainment System games from the 90s and is putting them up for sale. New and sealed. German retailer Galerie Kaufhof has today added a brand new listing for Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals. Great game. Known simply as Lufia in Europe, which was originally released back in 97. The listing notes that it comes with its original packaging and manual and is only available in select branches. Now, this is actually the oversized version that came with a strategy guide as well. So, like, the Super Nintendo box is as big as a strategy guide. Now, this actually comes from out of nowhere. A little bit ago, there were rumors a couple months ago that somewhere in an old warehouse, a few sealed boxes were found by some employees with dozens of Super Nintendo games from the 90s. There were no pictures at that time, and the person investigating said, I didn't think to investigate any further at the time. Now, out of nowhere, today at 6 in the morning, Lufia was posted on their website. And then a few months ago, there was also another retailer that found 500 copies of brand new copies of F-Zero on the SNES as well.
Jeez.
It's a renaissance, Jason. It's a renaissance.
It's like when they buried all the ET cartridges and they found them.
Yeah, but nobody wants those.
yeah.
I would love to just be going through somewhere. Like, I go to flea markets and stuff like that because I just enjoy finding, like, oddball video game stuff from when I was a kid that, you know, that I don't have anymore or that I couldn't afford when I was a kid or my parents couldn't afford. And so I love that type of stuff. But I can't imagine, like, rolling up on a yard sale yacht and just finding a box of sealed 1990s Super Nintendo games. That'd be or like an old rundown Hills, right?
Right.
Go investigate an abandoned Hills, and you just find a cart of Mario Kart titles. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, no. More likely to find something out of Silent Hill.
I watched these Urban Explorer guys on YouTube, and at one point
We're going to talk about one in a minute.
I know. At one point, they came across a bunch of baseball cards, like or baseball and hockey cards mostly, like in sealed packs. And I was like, oh, they're gonna find something. They opened up a few of them. There was nothing special, but I was like, well, they're gonna find like the super foil hollow $5,000 card or something probably.
Yeah, the randomized packs like that, I do wonder, are they worth more sealed, or are they worth more if you rip them open and try to find a, you know?
It depends on what's in the set. Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, I'll tell you right now, for Final Fantasy TCG, if you find Wave 1, Opus 1 boxes, you leave those sealed. And you sell them per pack. Or you sell it as a box for hundreds and thousands of dollars. But yeah. But it depends on what's in the set. So while we're on this topic, by the way, do you guys ever do flea markets and garage sales, estate sales, that type of thing? No? Because I
used to.
Can I get your take on something? Like, Jason, let's say you roll up to a garage sale, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, somebody had the house, they died, their kids are putting a bunch of shit on the lawn, selling it to get rid of it, and, they're going to sell the property. And you roll up and you find, I don't know, something highly collectible. Let's some type of video game thing that going up is, I could put that on eBay right now and get $800 for it without a problem. If I put it up for 8, it would sell in 15 minutes. If I put it up for 1200, it would sell tomorrow. And you see it's got a price tag on it of $8 because they don't know what they have. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about buying that? Like, do you give them the $8, or are you like, hey, this is a little bit more, or hey, you should sell it, or like, do you say something, or do you just like hand them $8, or are you the type of guy that's like, hey, I'll give you $6?
Yeah, exactly.
Haggle them down.
Yeah, haggle them down.
Is that seriously you? You're like, I see you have this rate, I'll give you $6.
Oh, it's the best I can do. Sorry.
So you don't have any like conscience about or conscience.
Look, when I've gone through my old crap, when I've got like all the CCGs that I have, all the bonus cards I had, before I threw a bunch of them out, I look on eBay or whatever. When I went through a bunch of board games that I wanted to sell off, I look through eBay or Amazon, whatever. What do these go for? What does this go for? To make sure that I don't do that I don't sell them a $20 game for
and see, Tark is saying in chat, if someone's not smart enough to
They're not
research
doing
a
that.
price, that's on them. No,
if they
come
ain't
on.
doing it, then I don't care.
Yeah, come on. If
No,
they're not,
I don't.
it has nothing to do with being smart or not. It's like they have a
Yeah, it
whole
does.
house worth of shit. There's 900 video games on a shelf.
Look, my mom
One
sold
of
off all my
those
old
video
comic
games
books.
is valuable. The other ones are $2, GameStop bargain bin specials. Like,
Yep,
so
I
they
do
go
it.
through 20 of these things, and they're like, they seem to all be worth $2. Just here, put them
Oh,
out
it's
for
just
$2.
these games. What do the kids care about? Whatever. They're not. Tough shit.
Yod,
Do
what about
research.
you? Do you have a little bit of conscience when it comes to this type of stuff?
Well, I mean, on one hand, yeah, it's worth something if you know it's worth something. The other hand is you actually have to go out and find the people willing to pay that. And doing the research and actually getting off your butt and putting it up and all that stuff and finding out how much they're worth and a good price and finding a buyer for it is part of the thing. If they don't care enough to try to do that and they're just going to toss it out on a lawn and sell it for $5 a piece, or take the entire box for $10 or whatever, full of old what they consider junk, that's kind of on them.
You see, like, I have that mentality when it's on eBay, because I'm like, look, you took the time to put it on eBay. You didn't take 3 minutes to look at what the other ones were going for. Fine, I'm going to grab this for $12, and you know what? I'm just going to relist it tomorrow if I already have one and whatever. But I'm one of those guys, like, if I go to a garage sale, like, I would, I'd probably be like, hey, look, this is worth more than you have here. I'll actually give you like $20 or $30 for it. I don't think I tell them, hey, this is like $800, but I don't know if I'd be able to sleep. Like, I just feel so bad that night, like ripping somebody off that was clearly in a hurry to get an estate sale so that they could get everything out of here and go and sell it. And, granted, they probably don't want to do the work you're talking about, Jan,
Right,
so I get
Exactly.
it.
Right, that's
Right.
part of the deal. And
Yeah,
if
Jace
they don't
is. I think
know-
Jace is with me. Like, remember, it's worth something, but in those cases, they're more likely it's just getting rid of stuff because they need to get rid of it.
That's
And
also
so that's why
part
I
of
think
it.
I say something. I'm like, look, this is worth a little more. You're not ripping them off. They set the price. No, you're ripping them off. You're just happen to be giving them what they asked for it in the process. You're still ripping them off.
That's just part of it, though, is that they want to get rid of it now.
Yeah.
Getting rid of it now.
And I'm
means
not
they
saying
get that
like
amount.
I'm not an idiot, by the way. I wouldn't be like, hey, that's worth $800 if you want to put it on eBay. But I do like say, hey, you know what? I feel bad giving you $8 because I know this is worth more, and I could sell it for maybe a few hundred. So I'm going to give you $30 for it if you'll
Then
take
they're not
that.
going to say. Then they're not going to sell it to you. Then they'll keep the one thing.
Then that's fine. If they want to go ahead and do all the work that Yad is talking about at that point, they can
Yep,
get their
yep.
800 a few days from now, or you can have my 30 now and it's off of your lawn. So.
Or you can have my 6
that's-
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the whole thing is, do they want to get rid of it now?
Right,
It's
right.
the same mentality if you're at a convention while you go shopping at the dealer's room on the last day.
Yeah, that's another one that I don't have any problem if you're an idiot. Why do you have a table at a convention where this type of stuff is sold? Like, I really want to go to Too Many Games in October in New Jersey, and I'm gonna go and maybe stream some of it while we're there. And I have no problem if I go up to like a dealer table and I'm like, this game is $140 on eBay. They have it marked here for $15. You know what? Fuck you. You actually paid to be here and sell this stuff. You should probably be doing what Jason's talking about and checking your prices before the booth opens that day. I'm just talking, like, the only one I have any twinge of guilt is like grandma's garage sale type stuff.
Yeah, but grandma's garage sale wants to get rid of it right now, or
True.
else they wouldn't be having a garage sale.
True.
Like I said, it's the same thing as going up to the table on the last day of a convention and going, "Hey, I know that you've been trying to sell this item all weekend for $50, but you don't want to take it home with you. Here's 25."
Yeah.
You're too soft,
A,
Mike.
a lot of people in
You
chat
buy
that are
into the
like,
whole grandma
it's
stuff.
not soft. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
You go to a convention, you misprice it. I don't care. I'm taking it. You put it on eBay. I don't care. I'm taking it. I think it's like when I gotta look
it's
that person.
grandma.
Yeah, it is grandma. You know, she
But grandma
died. They're
wants
selling
it
her
off
estate.
lawn.
That's true. That's true. All right, so maybe I shouldn't care. Maybe I shouldn't care.
I mean, it's totally up to you.
Take a look at
Care or
this. Speaking of like grandma's lost stuff room.
Oh, geez, yeah, that one.
So, Jason, you said you like to watch those like urban explorer type things. So, yeah, here you go. Here you go. This is a pair of YouTube game hunters who got a kind of a tip. This is Amy and Corbin. They don't share their last name, but you can check out their YouTube page. They kind of do exploring in hoarding houses and stuff like that. They actually, they have a YouTube channel called Cheap Finds Gold Mines. So kind of exactly what we're talking about here. They got a tip that there was a room in this like rundown, messy ass house that, hey, this place is falling apart and it smells, but there's a locked room in there that's been locked for basically 20 years. And they went in and they found factory sealed video games, including things like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, Drakengard for the PS2, limited edition Resident Evil chainsaw controllers, Uncharted. They said it was kind of nasty, and if you're watching the footage here, you can see that it's kind of nasty. But they found tons of sealed video games in their travels, Jason. Is this the type of stuff you're talking about?
Well, they never find anything. First of all, the places I go don't usually go to like a place that's this nasty.
And they don't normally either. They normally do what we were just talking about, like go to a flea market and find, a diamond in the rough and pay $4 for it.
No. I gotta admit, I'm of two minds about this. One, I don't know that you would. The stuff is so much more on the surface. Like all the other junk is buried under piles and piles of crap, but they pick up games that like right on top have nothing on them. So I'm a little sus about it.
Right,
Just a
yeah,
little bit.
I was thinking the same thing when I was watching
But
it.
on the other hand, how would they have, if this was staged, how would they have bought all these old games and sealed up and done that just to toss it on? So I'm a little iffy about this.
As far as the validity of it?
As far as the validity of it, I could see reasons to think that it's real and reasons to think that it's not.
They claim that the value of all the newly unearthed games that they found was around $100,000. And that they took home about $20K after splitting the fines with 8 other resellers. They got some people to help them offload the stuff, so they had to pay, portions. And they took home a cool $20K. Still doubt it? Chad has just named him Jason. I don't trust your video winters.
I don't trust anything.
But
I especially don't trust Grandma talking about her sale.
I actually agree with Jason on this one. It looks a little staged. Like, I mean, they probably found some stuff there, or they cleaned it up a little bit and then started filming.
If you're looking about the 8-minute mark, they do have a spot there where they are digging stuff out of kind of a nasty box. That's the only part where we'll say they've actually got games that have been
Right.
kind of in a bad spot.
Well,
Right,
and they did say that some of them were in really gnarly shape, and they just couldn't do anything with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you... Oh, my God. They are wearing... That one is, like, wearing slippers and shorts. The
Yeah,
other one's in, like, a
Yeah,
hazmat outfit.
That's the other point is, the other guys, I
Yeah.
mean, the guys I watch are much more professional about it. So, I don't know. I don't know.
I used to go exploring in abandoned houses. I don't know if I should say that out loud. Like, I don't think I can get arrested for it now, right? But yeah,
I
there's
did
a
it
bunch.
once in high school. But
Yeah, we
Probably a
were
statute of limitations.
like 12 or 13. Yeah, we weren't even in high school yet. We used to, find a broken basement window and stuff like that. Never found anything in nothing this cool. I mean, I've found a few Playboys and stuff like that here and there, but
that was cool to a 12-year-old.
which yeah, I was like 12, 13, so that's tremendous. But yeah, nothing like this. Nothing like this. In some sad news this week, we've lost some people very pivotal to video game history. If you
I just want to point out before you get started.
Yeah.
The first one, it's a nice article, but the guy died in 2011.
Yeah.
If
really?
you're gonna get, it says right there in like the
He did.
fourth paragraph.
Yeah.
We can continue if you like, but
Wait, which one?
Jerry,
Yeah, why is this article?
'cause someone just did an interview with his family, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
well,
It's a special.
I got
app
suckered.
or
If you
program,
don't
whatever.
know who this is, by the way, this is Jerry Lawson, who apparently died in 2011, not 2021. And this the article, I guess, was his daughter's remembering him. My apologies. But yeah, so
that says that picture is in 2015. That's his daughter and her husband. Okay, Mike, we have to get a little reading comprehension going right now.
oh no, I just put the wrong picture on here. Hold on.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, that's the daughter. Hold on, let me get the
Yes.
right picture for you. Boop boop. Edit image. And got it.
Okay, it's
Right.
actually, I guess it's both their children, it's daughter and son. That's what the other one was.
Yeah. Daughter and son. Sorry.
Okay.
Right there. Okay. Now I got the right image.
There you go.
Now I got the right image.
And
Just
now I gotta
loaded-
wait for this thing to catch up.
Loaded
so
the
I can see what you
wrong
put up.
image. Okay, so that is
Okay.
Jerry Lawson, by the way. If you don't know who Jerry Lawson is, he's basically the entire reason you have interchangeable cartridges in your video game systems. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, not nearly as sentimental over a death 10 minutes ago.
Sorry, man.
I know a lot about Jerry
I'm yelling
Lawson.
at,
Except
I'm getting
the
on
day he
grandma,
died.
now I'm getting on this. I'm just ruining all the sentimental crap today.
Yeah, you
Totally.
really are. Now, Sir Clive
Right on.
Sinclair, on the other hand, that is a fresh death.
Yes, that is fresh. Death.
That's fresh. He died this week, 81 years of age. He actually invented the ZX Spectrum home computer in the 80s, which maybe you haven't heard of that, but that computer is what pretty much enabled all of us to be able to afford computers and own computers and have them be in our house in the 80s into the 90s, because previous to that, they were too big and too expensive. Yeah, Tark, certified fresh death. So
Yeah.
tribute to Sir Clive Sinclair. Let's finish up with a few miscellaneous pieces for you, gentlemen. We have got Skull and Bones information. Again, leaks. But I thought we talked about this on the show a few weeks ago. We should bring this. That there are new ships, new images, a basic understanding of what the game will be. You're trying to become you're a starting pirate. You want to end up owning your own fleet and everything, and doing missions to unlock and money and ships and personnel and everything like that. So we've got in Skull and Bones, this is from Tom Henderson on Twitter, there are 5 tiers of ships, small, medium, large, etc., and they're categorized into 3 different categories: cargo, combat, and exploration. Unlocking different ships are tied to blueprints, which you can buy at different settlements. And then they got their video taken down because it was presumably supposed to have been under NDA. Kind of sounding a little more interesting. This sounds like, Jason, almost what I wanted. What was that other pirate game?
Atlas?
No.
Or,
Sea of
the
Thieves.
other
Sea
one.
of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, right.
Almost what I wanted that to be, but that kind of went in a slightly different direction and just was like more sandboxy. I can kind of get behind this, but it's also like I have no confidence that this game will ever freaking release, even though it has to at some point, as we talked about.
It has to. They're required by law to have it release.
This was about the only thing that wasn't on the NVIDIA leak. The game that wasn't.
Right. Right.
But honestly, I mean, I read this stuff and I was like, okay, so there are different kinds of ships. You try to make money. You try to get better. This could apply to just about any game.
Right. Yeah, but you're a pirate in this one.
Not much of a leak, really, but
But you're a pirate in this one.
Sure. Well, that makes it all better.
And let's make one where I'm a vampire, and that's it. We're done. We got it all. V Rising. Go watch Always Online. We talked about V Rising this week.
How about a Viking, Mike?
MMOBomb.com. No Vikings. Go watch V Rising, which stands for Vampire, not Viking. Have any of you guys ever celebrated so hard you injured yourselves?
No.
I feel like I have at some point.
Cake Assault over the weekend won a huge Rivals of Aether tournament. Beat out the whole field. Was celebrating. Hyped. Throwing the arms up in the air. Rolling around, jumping, popping. And dislocated his shoulder.
If I have injured myself celebrating, it was never anything that would require a hospital stay. It'd be like just, okay, I'm fine.
I didn't think you could pop your shoulder out that easily.
Yeah, and it is from one of these motions. Like one of these. Pops it out, and he falls. He did tweet, also, I fell on the ground during that pop-off because I dislocated my shoulder, Lamau. Jason, you actually brought TV stuff this week. It's not Yod bringing TV stuff.
Yeah, go figure.
What did you bring? What are you talking? What do you want us to watch?
I want you to watch the Twisted Metal TV show, the live-action show that's going to be on at some point on Netflix. Is it?
I want to say yes.
Sony, probably Netflix.
No.
But anyway, yeah. Anthony
Twisted
Mackie's
Metal-
going to be in it.
Did Twisted Metal actually have a storyline?
I mean, it was sort of post-apocalyptic something, I think.
I thought it was
20 years
just
ago.
crashing cars into each other.
There was like something there.
Okay.
Like you need that much. There's a movie about Battleship. Come on.
Yeah, there is a movie about Battleship.
You're right.
Starring Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we might be able to watch this before we watch the new Witcher season, right, Yod? Because I thought, didn't you link something that Mr. Cavill?
Side quests.
What's going on there?
Henry Cavill, method acting, keep taking side quests, delaying the actual shooting of the show. At least that's what the meme says.
I want to leave you guys with something just I think is absolutely dumb, and I buy dumb stuff all the time. And even I say this is just really, really dumb. So Razer. I got Razer headset. I got Razer equipment here. Razer mouse. Razer keyboard. I like Razer stuff. A little overpriced. Yeah, I get it. Here you go. For the gamer, the real gamers out there. These are some finger sleeves. Razer branded finger sleeves.
Yeah.
For your index fingers and thumbs. For the hardcore gamer. $9.99 for a pair. Razer says they're made of smooth, high sensitivity fabric. For that, yeah, Razer thumb condoms. Yeah, pretty much.
I was about to say, what else could you stick them on?
Well, I mean, I hope with these. I mean, if these fit, I'm sorry. I feel sorry.
How stretchy they are.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think you got to do a lot of stretching for even just an average size dude at that point. Yeah, I mean, really? Like, has anybody really had this much of a problem with a touch screen where you needed a little more friction?
It says there, it says in the article, it's a gamer's nightmare to get hot fingers during intense gameplay. Who is
playing on their mobile phone? Like, has anybody really like given themselves a heat burn on their fingers from a controller or playing on mobile or? Let's go do Game of the Week. Hot fingers. Game of the Week is how we end every week's episode of Gaming Gumbo. It's where each of the three of us are going to give you a game. Could be something we're playing now, played in the past, or would like to play and think maybe you should try. We don't even limit it to just video games. We've picked some tabletop stuff up here and there, too. Each one of us hosts will give you one. In the comments below, you let us know who gave the best recommendation for this week. Jason, you're up first this time.
Well, I've been having a bit of an iffy time with like city builder simulation games. I liked Endzone a little bit, but it got bogged down for a while after I got into it for a bit. So picked up Surviving Mars. It was free a couple weeks ago. I picked it on Steam. Like, sure, I'll give it a try. So I streamed it this afternoon. I actually thought I liked it quite a bit. It's got a lot of different tweaks you can have for the difficulty of it, of how you're gonna play. And so I put it on somewhat easy mode, and that's about what I needed. It's pretty good and it certainly has greater challenge if you want to check it out. So pretty good city building game, Surviving Mars. I didn't get anybody killed.
I saw your notification go up, and I wanted to come watch, but I had to keep building shit. So
your magic trick was that you disappeared from my stream.
Exactly. I also saw you've been watching a lot of 7 Days to Die too.
Yeah, well, that was my game of the week last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Martha voted for, which totally counted.
Yeah. Yod, what do you got?
Sorry, I was still thinking about that finger condom thing from Razer. I mean, I like Razer gear. I have Razer headset. I'm probably gonna buy that mask that they're making. But that just bogs my mind. But anyways, okay. Going through the show notes and stuff, I was thinking about classic games and old games and stuff like that, and of course remakes with the leaks and stuff like that. And it came for some reason. I kept thinking about the old NES game Contra.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Contra because I want to see a remake of Contra.
We actually have the anniversary of the Konami code.
Yeah, exactly. See.
I think I saw that somewhere. Yeah, the anniversary is right now. 35 years of the Konami code.
So let's bring Contra back and reuse that.
Give
code
it the
so
old
you can
up, up,
actually
down,
beat the game.
down. Here we go.
Yep.
Not that kind of up, up, down, down. That sounded wrong.
Oh God.
I'm going to give it for Rhythm Doctor. I love rhythm games. This was one I really hadn't played, but talked about on the Relic Grind this past week because there was a specific custom-created map that was related to Final Fantasy XIV music, which was tremendous. If you like rhythm games, or even if you're just kind of new to rhythm games, it's an easy one to pick up because you're really only hitting one button, your space bar. You're just hitting it on certain beats. And so it's a nice way to get yourself into rhythm games just a little bit. But don't be fooled that there is tremendous challenge in this game as it progresses, too, even though you are only using the space bar. $15 on Steam, Rhythm Doctor. There's all kinds of custom-made stuff, probably some songs you like available, made from other people, kind of like how Beat Saber does it, where you can get other things. So let us know who gave the best recommendation in the comments below. Chat, make sure you don't go anywhere because right after this show, we'll go dark for about 15 seconds or so, and then we'll be bringing up Mr. Torchwick. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. We are still in Vagrant Story territory, huh? You are not quite done.
No, I'm not. I'm ashamed to say that it's taken me this long.
Are you close? I don't know how far you are. I haven't had a chance to watch the last stream yet.
I looked up a guide and I still don't know. This game's confusing, man.
Wow.
Apparently, in your first playthrough, you get through 70% of the map, but we've hit a point where I keep backtracking, so I don't know how long that goes. I might end up covering the same 20% of the map 5 times.
You
I
don't
have, no way
have
of
to
knowing.
finish it.
I want to. It's a matter of pride.
All right, chat. You can watch him get slaughtered in Vagrant Story right after the stream here. We'll be back, of course, next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern with another episode of The Relic Grind. But don't forget, Follow us on twitch.tv/ReadyCheckRadio because we've got streams going on all week. The Relic Grind on Thursday and Gaming Gumbo on Saturday. So all kinds of fun stuff. Join me Monday evening for some Final Fantasy trading card game stuff, particularly if you want to learn how to play on Octagon as well. Until then, Yod, where can everybody find you?
Yad Artworks on Twitter, Yad Artworks on Facebook, and right here on Gaming Gumbo.
Jason.
I'm on Twitter at Winter Informal, streaming at twitch.tv/JasonWinter.
I'm Mike Byrne. Follow me right there, MagicMan1. But more importantly, follow at RC Radio, RAIDEO on Twitter. And you'll know every time we go live with a stream, a show, or we're just hanging out and you want to come. Stay safe. See you on the server.